Okay, so in this video, I guess it's gonna be all about the crank sensor stuff. So I'm having some issues with my timing with the stock. What is it? It's like a 3CI or C3I, something of that nature is what they call the ignition control module on a 3800. I'm having issues. I don't think it's really anything that I did. You need a MS3 Pro. If you want to do the stock ignition control module out of a 3800, get the MS3 Pro. It has the actual settings for that. Microsquirt does not. I don't know why, but it doesn't. So yeah. So the next best thing I can do is I ordered a do-it-yourself auto-tune. They have some retrofit kits. Well, not really. You kind of got to make it all yourself. But I ordered this guy, which is 36 minus one tooth. So you can tell right there it's missing a tooth. Basically, every one of these teeth is 10 degrees or something of that nature. I think it's 10 degrees. So basically, and you use a Hall effect sensor, which I also have from them as well, and it's going to basically see the missing tooth. So I could run the 18 times sensor that is inside of the crank dampener, but I don't want to, because then you have to run a cam sensor and it's just more crap to wire. This is probably just as much, but I can build shit. I can't wire shit, or I can't do like the settings stuff. This is, to me, simpler. There's more documentation on how to use or set it up settings wise with this.
And you can use that on other stuff.
Yeah, this is, to me, is the better option.
Like if you want microsquirt, you can, or megasquirt, or anything.
Yeah, so this is overall, it's more documented. So one thing that I had to do, because the 3800 uses a giant bolt. So I guess here, let me flip it around. I'm gonna explain to you what I've done so far. What I've done so far is basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the bolt out. And if you know anything about, like, I don't know if you can really catch it, but this is in deeper. It's actually like 3/4 inch deeper. So I actually bought 3 spacers. So that's going to put that disc hanging out the flush past this. So that's one thing you need to measure. And then you also need to measure the width of your pulley so you can order the right size for that trigger wheel. So that's basically all I had to do for getting measurements. And then, so then I ordered 3 of these guys. They're 1/4 inch thick. They come with 1/2 inch holes in them, so I'm gonna have to drill them out to 3/4, like I've done on this one, and then as well as on this wheel. They all come with 1/2 inch holes already in them. And then I actually ordered a longer grade 8 bolt, which is about 1 inch longer, because it should be around 1 inch. So there's that. Yeah, and we had like the Harbor Freight drill bits, the step-up bits. That's what I've been using, because then it just makes life easier when you actually have one and you actually learn how to use drill bits. We were rookies and we used like all of our drill bits on high speed, which is bad. Puts a lot of heat in them, dulls them out real quick. But if you actually go to like Menards, they've got these. I mean, Harbor Freight's going to have the same ones as well. I think they're close to the same price. Yeah, they're basically the same price, but for this, $12 at Menards. I mean, Menards might be closer to you than a Harbor Freight, whichever's closer. Pick you up some of these step-up bits. If you are doing it for a 3800, you do this one, because it actually goes to 3/4 inch as the final one, so that works out perfect. I think that's really all I got so far. We will end up having to drill holes drill a hole through here also for these alignment pins, which we're also going to drill a hole into the dampener, and then we're going to tap it to, I believe it's a 1/4 inch bolt. So, I mean, I'll explain that stuff along the way, but that's kind of the gist of what I've done, what's going on, and what's to come. I'm probably just going to do, this video is going to be mounting this, and then maybe I'll do making the Hall effect sensor, or the mount for it, which is in here. They have two different styles that you can get. They have a threaded body, and then they have like, it's like basically a stock one out of, I don't even know what it's really out of, but it's just like a basic one. So yeah, this one comes with this. The downside to using this one is it doesn't have a resistor inside of it, so you have to wire in a resistor, which is basically a shunt resistor. So like so. And at least this kit already comes with it from Do-It-Yourself Auto-Tune. So, what, you think I was going to remember?
No. I mean, we have to go to Radio Shack then. And
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a 1K ohm. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, that's where we're at. So let's get the rest of these holes drilled and have fun. All right, well, there it is. So, got a nut, washer, then the trigger wheel, and then 3 spacers. And I'd say we're pretty close. Pretty close. So, let's go put this thing on there and see what I feel like doing. Alright, well, I got it on there just to make sure we're spinning smooth and straight. It's doing good. Don't pay attention to the pulley, that's kind of bent, so. But yeah, nice and straight. Doesn't look like we got very much play. So yeah, should work like a champ. So now to work on mounting the Hall effect sensor, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do 100% today, but we can try. All right, well, some time has gone by and I have made up a bracket. So this actually should work pretty decent. We'll find out. This is the first time we're putting it on with trying to put the sensor on. So basically what I've done is I removed, let's see if I can get like, I remove the 2 top bolts and it'll bolt in right there, and then the sensor will go right over there. So let's get this bolted on and we'll see how she works. All right, well, it is off a little bit, but it should read. We already tested to make sure the axle isn't gonna hit. Should be good, me jumping on it. Well, yeah, there it is. It's mounted. That's how you mount your 36 minus 1 tooth from Do-It-Yourself Auto-Tune, yeah.
DIY Auto-Tune.
Yep. So, yeah. And then just got that thing in there, and it's got the lock nuts on each side. Too simple. And then it comes with a good chunk of wire, so that's pretty nice. So that way I won't really have to extend any of this. So hopefully it should just be a straight shot. It's pretty simple, and it is actually color coordinated. So you got your black. Black will get, you know, spliced in there, and then this guy will get spliced into your tan. It's literally that simple. It's like a 2.7K resistor too, so yeah. Don't really have anything else to say, but alright, so I'm going to start wiring. We're going to start this thing up and probably pull it forward so that way I can stay out of this rain, since this will be the last time we hear it run until we got it going good. So let's give her a quick start, make sure we ain't got nothing in the way. Should be good. Give her a quick little start and move her forward, eh? Alright, well, that's the last time we're gonna hopefully hear it with that misfire. Jesus Christ, great camera shit, huh? But yeah, now we've got all this extra space to pick around. So what we gotta do is wire in the crank sensor. So we have to wire in this crank sensor, and we gotta wire in the LS coils again. So we gotta do like because Microsquirt only has Spark A and Spark B, we pretty much need to, so we got spark A, spark B, and then we don't have anything else. So you have to use WLED, ALED if you want to do like for V6 or V8. So with the WLED, we have to use, I believe it's a 1K ohm. I could be wrong. It could be like 100 ohm. But we need to use a resistor with a 5-volt pickup for the connected to the WLED, and then that's your spark C. So that's what we need to do for the coils. And then as for the crank sensor, I believe it is we need to do a micro squirt ground, and then we should have, I believe it should be VR negative. Could be wrong. I have to look into it before I obviously do it. And then I can't remember what the other one is. I can't remember right now. And then you also have to put that resistor in there because this red cherry one does not have a resistor in it. Where if you have like the GM one or like the stockish ones, they do. But yeah, I guess enough blabbering on. Let's actually make some progress, and hopefully this will solve all of the world's problems. So the main problem why we're doing this right now is, I mean, I guess, I don't know what I said in the last part, so as I'm trying to combine two, trying to make these videos a little bit longer and kind of more of a start to finish for what the fuck I'm doing. So, but yeah, basically we have the misfire at idle, need to get rid of that. And my timing is not reading correctly. So, that's not good. So we're going to fix it by doing this. Plus, we get spark cuts. So guess what that means? Bing, bow, pow, pow. And I can blow up my turbo some more. So, alright, let's do that. Alright, guys. So, I got the LS coils. They're going to be mounted up here. I've went ahead and pretty much wired in everything. The only thing we need to do is wire this guy. And then obviously wire in this sensor. But I figured I'd update you guys real quick with this. So I need to wire in a 100 ohm resistor here with the WLED, which is this yellow wire. But otherwise I have, you know, your spark A and spark B, and then obviously WLED will be spark C. And then we've got, we're going to have the grounds, and we're going to have a micro squirt ground. And then there's also, or a micro squirt sensor ground, and then there's also a micro squirt engine ground, which is this one. And then you have the 12 volts power as well. So, but yeah, other than that, that's kind of old stuff. If you're looking for like how I wired this, there should be something of that nature. If you search Garageless LS coils or something of that nature, it should pop up for when I wired this. Because this is basically what I was running before, but I was having some crank sensor issues previously, so which I'm expecting to have some because this mount is way out there. I plan to brace it as much as I possibly can, and hopefully it doesn't, like, if it vibrates any little bit, it can cause RPM error or some crap like that, which is annoying. But yeah. Now all we got to do is pretty much wire in this guy. And then I was going to run, so this guy, your black, hold on, I might be remembering wrong. Blue, I believe, is your ground. This guy gets connected to, I believe, I think the tan gets connected to this guy, and then the black gets connected to 12 volts power or 5 volts power, or up to 24 volts. But I was gonna do the 5 volt off of micro squirt, but I think I've decided that I'm going to do 12 volts. I'm gonna run a new wire, probably off of the relay panel, run it through, and then run it to this. And then we will also ground it to here, and then should be good. And then I got to figure out which wire in here, because the VR one there's 2 wires inside of this shielded setup. So one thing I do need to pay attention to. So, but yeah, other than that, we should be good to go pretty soon. So let's kind of see what happens. All right, so pretty much what I think I'm going to end up doing tonight is I just finished up the resistor that you got to put in line here. So it's color coordinated if you buy it through them. So obviously you just pretty much go from 1 to 2, and then this one will go to whichever, and then it just pretty much crosses between the tan and the black, so, or brown, whatever color you want to call that. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. Pretty much gonna end up waiting until tomorrow. Then we're gonna work on the bracket. We need to get this guy set as well. So yeah, some good stuff coming. Keep watching.